both enter the ring looking confident and ready to fight.
Welcome to the Loud Lounge of yours truly, Selector Free, and today I have two iconic guests with me. To my side, I have Rory, Stern Love, as well as Delano of Renaissance. Welcome to Bermuda, guys, and welcome to the Loud Lounge. So we're not going to do much long talking. Let's get straight into it. So, Rory, where did your name Rory come from? Your DJ name?
Well, back in Egypt, the last pharaoh, no, I lie, I tell you, the second pharaoh, spirit came to my mother and said, name your son Rory.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And Delano, where did you come with the name for Renaissance?
That's my real name. For Renaissance.
Yes.
How I came up with the name Renaissance.
Yeah.
Basically, I was moving from one sound to the other. I was playing a different type of sound, and then when we were ready to start the sound, we did a competition with all the schools and all the female girls schools, and they came up with the name Renaissance Immaculate, and we just play for all of the parties free. So that was a competition.
Okay.
So it was a group of girls came up with the name Renaissance.
Well, I could say I'm blessed to have you two both here, because both of you are iconic DJs in the dancehall community. Those that are the 90s generation for me have both listened to your cassettes.
Right.
Some of us mock the Rory style of miking, and some of us look forward to the Delano remixes.
Right.
Like the Fed Up remix, that's a classic remix that a lot of us use. So, what got you guys interested in becoming DJs? And when was that decisive moment that you said, I want to take this as a professional career? Rory.
You first? Me? I was born into it. Father used to own sound system, build sound systems. So
Okay.
he was an electronic engineer, so I was just, I love the art of sound system, not just playing on music, like
Okay.
equipments, stringing up box, whatever it is. I used to dream of having my own sound.
So you was an engineer first, and then
Yeah.
that's when the DJ pod kicked in.
Both of them at the same time.
Okay.
Both of them at the same time. Loving the music and watching my father. So it was, my father inspired me.
Okay.
I was walking through the desert, and I was walking for 40 days and 40 nights, and I was thirsty and hungry, and I heard this voice from the Most High. I said, Rory, Rory, first no more, play music.
And that's how it came about?
Yes, came about.
So let's go into you, Rory, a bit
Yeah.
before we go to my good friend Delano. Were you part of a sound system before you became a member of Stern Love?
No, I was in the desert in Egypt.
He was in the desert in Egypt.
And then that's what happened.
Okay. Now, many of the dancehall elite will call you a father of the business.
Yes, they call me the goat.
Yeah.
And yeah.
You attribute your style of miking and the way your style of juggling has been sort of passed and transcended through many generations. How do you feel about these attributes that a lot of people look up to Rory? Because I can say from my generation, I wanted to be a Rory and I want to be a Delano.
Okay.
So how do you feel about those attributes that people have given you? Some people have named you the
I
good.
think that you have a problem, want to be two people. I suggest you go and get some medical help and
Okay.
I'm just joking, man. I'm just joking. I mean, in my time, I had my heroes. Like Squeeze was my hero growing up. Danny Tread. One was Rubber Dub and one was Disco. They were my heroes, and I think they had heroes too. So I mean, like, we all have our heroes, and then we just carry it to a different level. Because what I was in my time was like the in thing, and what I go on now is a different thing. What I go on now, me can't do nobody now.
Yeah.
Trust me. Since I'm to do some juggling right, me can't do none of that. Even Delano, but at a different stage right now, can't do what I do.
Yeah.
You know, and I just keep it honest, you know.
Yeah.
You're brave enough for young, and but might go back to Egypt still, to the desert, and get a more vision from the Most High.
Okay. As the Rory brand is now progressed into its own entity, where do you see yourself within the next 5 years?
Probably,
as a DJ, but
well,
also we know you get into your promotion and being an engineer yourself.
well, I mean, like, I produce,
Yeah.
and it's the next, you learn a new thing again, you know, like, you learn how to learn music on a different level. So, like, things I used to play, we can't play no more, because the key, it's off key, and you start hearing music different. So certain things that get annoying to me. So I say, boy, you not play the old tune that I can't play because it's annoying. I'm sure they'll go through the same thing too. Like certain old tune, you can't play them again. Just annoying. And the brand itself, I grow, the Black Dub brand I grow, it's doing very, very well too. I get some nice number ones. And yeah, we give thanks, you know, because I like to do new things, even though I do a radio show too. So it's like something, we like new things to do. Like to master certain things, you know. So the next thing I want to do right now is to see if I can fly, you know. So that's a thing on my list of things to do.
Oh, you would like to become a pilot?
No, like actually fly, physically fly. You know, as a thing I really want to do, like a superhero. You know,
Okay,
like,
well, we had a conversation. We had a conversation earlier. We'll talk a little bit.
because I watched some Marvel movies
Yeah.
from Endgame, and I saw some of them flying, and I think that maybe I could fly too. So thinking about that right now.
Bermuda, just let you know there's no disclaimers on our show. So what I also really want to get into is you've progressed in the dancehall scene from the different generations. So if you've watched as the technology changed.
Right.
When you started off, it was records.
Record.
Then you gradually moved to CDs, and now you
Computer.
can say you've mastered the Serato laptop
No, sir.
generation.
The new one come out now with the stems and all empty there. I mean, I master that. I don't even have the time to practice. That's the next thing too. And and I know about you blink, a new thing come out on Serato. I mean, it's always changing. I mean, I like it left me. Serato get wicked. I mean, I can come and say and tell no bullshit. Say, yeah, man, we can. I don't lie. I'm an honest teacher. And what the kids are doing right now, the kids them right now, crazy. Yeah, we have to give them props. The kids them wicked.
Yeah.
You know, see, yeah.
Okay. Now, Delano, let's get into you, because we would call you a pioneer when it came to the remixing. So how do you consider the concepts of remixing then to now the new programs that you see for remixing the future?
Well, I mean, it's easier now.
Yeah.
Because of the technology. I'm happy for the technology as well it can make anybody remix, because what is happening now with the software, it's doing what we used to have to find a way to do it. You know, like as you said with stems, you can have a cappella on the fly, while I had to try and make acapellas. Back then, we didn't have computer, we didn't have none of those stuff. So, you know, we're more creative. You know, we used to have to sit down and think and say, what can we come with next? So a lot of remixes now, not all of them are creative, but some of them are. But that's why some of them they come in now, like some of the music now, you hear them today, you don't hear them the next day. You know?
They don't carry the longevity.
You don't have the longevity, so it's just there for the moment. So everything now is there for the moment.
Easier too, because you can answer all the key, all the tunes them now.
Yeah.
Like before, the keys would be like, you know, if you don't know key, you have a problem. So now it's easy. You see, like the key them button.
Right.
Yeah. So it sounds better.
Yeah.
You understand?
And that's the thing, it sounds better. The remixes, once they know what they're doing, it sounds better. So I mean, technology is there, always there to improve stuff, but at the same time, it makes a lot of things that, you know, and I have the positive, I have the negative to it.
Yeah. So you guys both being iconic, and you're both traveling DJs. How do your sets change when you go to different parts of the world?
Well, it depends on, with me personally, promoter I am, I say, what kind of party I keep? I keep 80s, 90s, early 2000s, good to go. You see what I say? If it's a nowadays dance now, I say, boy, make sure you have a skinny band selector for the dance, you know, see. You know, see, because some of the new children kind of depressing, you know, I mean, I can't take depression. So you have a depression selector for playing the depression thing then. See, so I mean, like, can basically go anywhere still, you know.
Okay. Because I really want to get into it, because you know certain songs hit different in certain jurisdictions. Like a song that would be big in Jamaica may not be as big in Bermuda.
Right.
But if you play it in New York or Florida, it's popping. So how do you guys do your like
Research.
picking your songs? Yeah, your research.
We call a man, like if I go to New York, call say, yeah, we'll go to New York, A, B, C, D. We'll go to Miami. That's what I do, sir. So I have a guideline.
Yeah, I mean, that's part of...
Yeah. I mean, like, the world so small now, we're basically like, put them on the same page, not like one time.
Yeah, but back then it was like that. Now it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
Only thing that still stay the same is just that the older songs, you know that certain songs might be big in Bermuda, but don't play in Jamaica.
Right.
Yeah.
And we learned that over the years.
Right.
And I forgot what they were.
Yeah.
You did? Yeah. But then what you realize with Bermuda that makes us different from a lot of other jurisdictions, we listen to the English style as reggae as well as Jamaican style. So our ears are different. We're like things in Bermuda like a Roger Robin, a Maxi Priest, carry more weight in Bermuda because we listen to both sides. But then if you play, like, say you play in Miami or Jamaica, they're not heard of Roger Robin. You know what I mean? Where the weight means different. That's why I really want to get into you guys. So I want to...
When we go to England, we don't usually play them tonight. If we go to England, we're gonna get a yard audience mixed with a UK audience.
Right.
Who don't want to hear that Robin man play us? Would?
Yeah.
So I mean, like,
Yeah.
crazy.
So, speaking on that, can you guys tell me some of your iconic moments when you guys played and you touched on in a particular country, didn't know how it would go when you were playing and you were surprised? Like, which country gave you the best invite, and which country do you say on your bucket list that before I finish up, I would like to just do one more party here?
You can go first, Delano.
Well, I would just say one off.
Yeah.
Bermuda is one of them. The first time I came here was with Stone Love. And it was a big dance, outdoor dance, and people came in eye patch. And a couple of people came out and had on eye patches as well. So that was something that I don't forget.
So that's what I
I don't know. Because even when I was there, the guys said, make sure, the promoter said, make sure you have on your patch. Make sure this, make sure that. So it was just something, it was first time here in Bermuda. It was, me and Stone Love. So that was one of an iconic moment for me.
Mine was my first time in Japan. When we landed, there were people there at the airport, like superstar thing.
You got the rock star mentality.
Right, rock star. and I was raped 4 times too. So that was never happened to me before. And dancing, we did tour the whole of Japan too. The dancing off the hook. It was crazy.
So you can honestly say you two were like basically ambassadors, because basically reggae was considered in the Jamaican pocket, but you guys have toured throughout the Caribbean.
That is true.
As well as North America.
On our way here I was saying when we first came to Bermuda, it was a nice peaceful island, and then a couple years after dancehall, the whole place mash up.
No, you never stop there. I'm talking about my beautiful island like that.
When we first come up Bermuda, nice peaceful island,
And then
It's still nice
dance
and
I'll take
peaceful.
over.
They will dance out. My gosh.
Maybe we could blame. Maybe we could blame Rory.
When we first came in, we was playing that Maxi Priest and that type of music. Next circle, everybody a gunman.
Well,
It's so crazy.
in another news, we could blame the selectors
Huh?
that changed the music that was coming there. You know.
Well, even the first time coming, girls were so conservative. Next time you come in, sir, every girl has skin out.
Well, welcome to Bermuda, but we're not getting too far to that part.
Crazy.
Where do you guys see the state of reggae, and we'll say dancehall, because it's two different things now. Dancehall is different from reggae. So reggae, we'll say like how they rated for the Grammys. Where do you see the state of that, and where do you see the state of dancehall?
I think that people lie to themselves. Like you have Afrobeat now. I have enough man I go up and I do Afrobeat. And then that album will be for Grammy. But not reggae album, like Afrobeat album. And it's like some yard man there on it, but it's not really a reggae album. You understand what I'm saying? So I mean like from my man I said from man I chat Jamaican pan a thing, it's reggae in some people's ears, you know, but it's not really authentic reggae. Dancehall now, I don't even know what dancehall is nowadays. I mean some dancehall, I don't even know if it's dancehall, I don't know what would I call it, you know, I mean like it's crazy. It's more like a hip hop fused with something, I don't know, or R&B fused with something. That's my opinion still.
Yeah.
You know, even though people still make reggae, but if you're gonna look at the top 10 dancehall songs right now,
It's a fusion.
yeah, it's a fusion, you know. So I mean, that's my opinion. So, I don't know that's.
I don't know what's happening with the dancehall. So, but to me, it's a new generation. So you just have to just listen and figure out what's going on. Of course, there's a change, right?
It's the evolution of the music.
Yeah,
I can
it's
say
the
that.
evolution of the music. So I mean, can't fight it. I mean, my parents didn't like when I was playing certain dancehall. When I was starting to play, I couldn't play certain music in my house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it can be the same thing that's happening.
It's the changing of generations.
But I think what's happening is the lyrical content is what slows down the music from even going to a wider audience, because we come back to Afrobeat, which we have to talk about Afrobeat, because it's a spin-off of our culture as well.
Yes.
Right? When you listen to their lyrical content, it's all happy songs, it's all this, is all that. There's no depression, there's no, you understand? They could be lying too, but at the same time, there's no depression. So those are the type of songs that actually grab people's ears, the lyrical content. So I'm not saying that the dancehall not supposed to do what they're doing, but they need to be more versatile. Split up lyrical, show us say you can do this, show us say you can do that, you know? And there's artists out there can do it. There's nothing wrong with that. There's music out there, there's dancehall out there that I like, and there's some of them that I don't really like. Okay. You know, so.
Well, can we say this, as the music is now has changed? We can say it was years where rhythm came out. You have 4 or 5 bad songs on a rhythm. Now it's going to more of a single type thing.
Yeah.
Where, in actual fact, I believe it slows down the pace of a dance. Because with a rhythm, you can juggle it. With the singles, it's more speech than drop the song, because they're not really timing and mixing.
You haven't said the nowadays artists don't really care what you think.
Right.
The nowadays artists are think about themselves. They're not really think about the culture and which part of the culture go. And it's hard for a producer right now to even get like 4 man on a rhythm right now.
Yeah.
Wicked hard.
Yeah, that's the main thing.
Yeah, something you know. So everybody gets selfish.
Yeah.
Speaking on the artists, I'm going to ask you guys 2 questions. Who would you say, who are your 3 favorite singers? We'll say from the past generation to the modern day singers, and then we'll continue by saying your past dancehall acts and your dancehall acts of now. That you guys would say Rory's top 6 and Delano's types top 6.
No, you go first. You go first, man. Politics now.
Never pass that one.
Yeah. gone into politics. Politics though. All of them are my friend.
Yes. Big up my friend then.
Yeah, big up my artist friend then.
Bermuda, you see that these guys have what it takes to be politically correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because I really want to talk about the next generation of singers that I could say from my perspective. I'm a humongous Remain Virgo fan. Christopher Martin, Taurus Riley, or I feel as a fan and a DJ myself, these guys are the next generations from the Barris, the Sanchez's, the Freddie McGregor's to take us into the next thing. And I wanted you guys' perspective because you guys errs in the streets a lot more. Do you know of any up and coming artists that you can say, look, these guys have got a little way about them, can we push them more, huh? You know? Is there any names that you guys could throw out there?
Well, you call most all the names. But yeah, you have a point there. Yeah, you have a point there. I mean, those are the guys that doing it now.
Yeah.
And I never get old too.
Yeah.
I know. And that's why it's like every year we have a new emergent artist, but we really haven't seen that like before. A new artist breaks the scene, and then what I notice in the community now, and this is just my perspective, it's no more guidance. It's like guys get that one-hit wonder and they think they made it, where they don't want to listen to a elder. Think, look, you need to do this, you need to, you see, because a lot of these younger guys, if you go to the shows, it's not perfected, it's not a craft. You know what I mean? I want to be entertained.
They're not.
I mean, I think that Dexter does puts on a good show.
Yeah.
I think it probably his hardest thing right now out there.
Yeah, that's
Like the girls artists.
definitely. Them pull him off stage, superstar stuff.
They remind me of myself when I was younger. That used to happen to me a lot. It's hard to as a singer stage performance to beat the Dexter Daps right now. What's the next thing you're gonna do? Sing naked? I mean, you have to always push that line. So I don't know.
And Dexter Daps is actually a sing J, basically.
Right.
So the type of music is just that, I just said the reggae music, because when you start talking about Christopher Martin and those, it's most like reggae music, dancehall, singers, whatever it is. There's not much of it playing now as well in the dance, but Europe and those other places,
Right, it's big.
it's being played. So that's why you might not see that much of the younger artists coming up there, because you have guys out there who can sing, but they're just not finding. It's not like first time when like Sanchez could actually do a lot of covers. You know, there's no.
Nobody made R&B no more either.
Yeah,
to cover.
There's not much R&B to cover anymore. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things there's a lot of things around everything. Why everything is just happening how it's happening right now. It's not just one thing. You know, we can go on for days and say, oh, this caused that caused that caused that. It's because of guidance now. It's a lot. It's a lot when you start thinking about it.
Because I gave you this conversation piece because I had Jammy's here about 2 weeks ago. So I wanted his perspective. I had Jammy's as well as Little John, as well as Johnny Osborne and Lieutenant Stitchy.
Right.
So I wanted to know, like, you guys, like I would say the outer statesmen in dancehall. You know, some of the influences. And I also want to ask you guys, what would be some of the tools that you would tell the future selectors that are following in your footsteps? The do's and don'ts. Is there anything you could change in your career?
Me personally, I said, I learned the instrument from early on. Like learn to play an instrument from like a piano or guitar from early. That's one thing that probably we should have done as kids growing up. Was learn the instrument. 'Cause it helps. It does help. Also keep up to date with technology. Never keep, and always be different. You know, just be different. You know.
Yeah, you have to stand out. I mean, with us, I mean, that's why, you know, we're here right now, because we're doing things. When it was to the remix, nobody was really doing it like that. You understand? So
I mean, right now, Delano could do a remix live.
Yeah, we can do live.
Live, wicked.
So the thing about it is,
Because what I can say from seeing you, Delano, you paved the way for Black Chinese.
It's true.
You was the one that started the trend,
Yeah.
and you're like the
I
father.
ain't get no
and that's your
royalties,
son.
not one blood clot, no one cent, nothing. Nothing. Blood clot.
We're gonna have to
Fix.
talk more about the
Fix.
business
Fix.
sense of that little
Man, I
label.
get no money for a remix.
Yeah.
but
Yeah, so-
but that's the thing about it too. They have to learn about music, as Rory said, because all of us as DJs, even now, if you can say that, I mean, what's there before?
I mean, like
it's
Delano,
more upfront.
Delano have some remix back in that day where with my playing one key and I tune the voice now different.
Remix key, yeah.
You know, see, but true I idiot still. We never really
But
know.
do a thing. What
But
was-
now, now it's a lot.
Yeah.
But back then it
Because
was.
there's a lot of old remixes that I don't even play now. Like people come to my house, but I just like, I'm going to play it.
Yeah, it's
Mom,
like,
play
as
that.
I'm saying to you,
Yeah, it
like,
can get more perfect, you know, get more into the
Your
music
ear
part.
is more tuned.
Tuned to it. You know what I'm saying? So it
it's wicked.
it's just as I said, I just look at it. I'm into production as well.
Yes.
We're into production as well. You know, look at it. Every DJ college is in production. Everybody, you understand? So eventually, as a DJ or a selector, you need to looking for to go somewhere else with it. That not just to play. You need to, you know, and it will help your DJ set. After a while, you know, you start find that niche where you start, you know, presenting yourself as a different type of selector.
Now, speaking on that, let's talk about a thing where you got into the Clash arena for a bit.
We're done right now. We're done.
No, that clash thing is jazzy, you know. Jazzy love it.
Jazzy tea.
Jazzy tea.
Yeah.
That.
When you come back, you ask him about
Yeah.
Clash tea.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry. I
just support
heard
them.
him up. I heard him
Yeah,
up.
man. I just support him when him say, "Yo, we want to do this." I just support.
We
the thing
support you, man.
And just
Yeah, go Jazzy tea.
him love it. So
Yeah.
as Renaissance, we're not a clash zone. So basically, it didn't matter if we win or lose.
Yeah.
To me, because we're not in that arena, but we love it.
But I can say, as you not being in that arena, you guys have some heavy tunes
Yeah.
when you go into your hip hop sets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
It's been nice to be here. Really appreciate it.
Look, it's clear to be out early.
Yeah.
It's clear to be out, you know. One of my favorite selectors is roughing me up. You see that from
The
me.
Loud Lounge, respect.
So, on behalf of the Loud Lounge, we would like to thank you guys, sir. And before we end, let's talk about tonight. The whole reason why these two iconic DJs are here is to do the after party for tonight's fight night going on down at Dockyard in the Shed. I have to myself Rory as well as Delano. Is there anything else you want to tell the Bermudian public?
Yeah, let's come out. That's all.
Yeah, man.
Come out.
After the fight,
Yeah.
make sure that
Yeah, party, you know,
Yeah.
watch your style.
we're ready, waiting, fly far for come here. We're playing last
When
night.
we sleep
I wouldn't
on
even
us.
sleep. We're not sleep
Yeah,
yet.
sleep
I
yet.
leave straight for my next dance.
Yeah, so.
Straight to the airport. So people, Bermuda.
So we want sleep now, so we're not tired later.
Yeah.
So Bermuda, make it a date.
I'm gonna wear them same clothes there too, so you know it's on the lie right.
Make it a date and don't be late. The Loud Lounge with yours truly, Selective